Today's video is going to be just somewhat of a little obvious. Today is going to be a video about a phrase, an old phrase. I looked it up. Apparently, Confucius talks about it. I think really Plato talks about it. And it's the perfect is the enemy of the good. And wherein we as Aspies try to achieve the perfect. And what we need to learn is that while that's a great habit to try to make things as good as they can be, there needs to be an addendum within reason. Things need to be as good as they can be within reason. And I say this because I was active online today, and it occurred to me speaking to two people. One about a woman who is seeking help with her Aspie significant other, and while most people said, "Look, you just need to leave them," and I did too. Just this. There we go. Sorry about that. And uh, this person was, well, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. To this person, something being 90% complete was horrific because it didn't have the last 10%. It was not good enough. It had to be 100% or nothing. Which was literally 0 is equal to 1 through 99 because it's not 100. The perfect was the enemy of the good. She ended up becoming much more harmful than helpful due to her words online. Another man spoke about armor, and absolutely everything and every counter argument had to be perfect. He had to find no flaws in anything you said to his mind, or it was incorrect and he was correct and you were wrong. Both of these people believed that your argument had to be perfect, their argument, because their argument always was perfect, so therefore, da 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 da. And to quote the British, they lost the plot. On their quest for perfection, they missed the point. There's a really great episode of Leverage, of which both me and my wife are fans. I'm just going to pull up the quote right here. Anyone who's watched knows it's a team of criminals, you have various ones, and this is an exchange between Nate, a former insurance investigator, con artist, and overall criminal mastermind, and Hardison, pretty much the world's best hacker. And Hardison has constructed a great plan to right a wrong, and it has completely fallen apart because it was absolutely perfect. He absolutely had the perfect plan. He had invented a new thing. He'd done this. He'd done that. He'd done that. He'd overcomplicated it, and uh, they fell apart. And Nate came in, the mastermind, and he rescued everything with a few simple changes. And Hardison had asked him why, and this was the exchange. Well, you can never count on the perfect plan, Hardison. The perfect plan, it has too many parts, and well, you got to expect the perfect plan to fail. I mean, that's what I do. Then what do you count on, Nate? I count on the simplest and ugliest plan. Not plan A, no, but like plan G, for example. I start with plan G. Now, the quick, simple, ugly plan that I know is going to work if everything goes bad. Then I add a little bit of this, a little bit of that, I pretty it up, and there we go. See, his point being that their plans had to remain flexible. And because people are unpredictable, and people are dirty, ugly, nasty. They're complex and they don't react like the way they're supposed to. And therefore, you could never create, quote, the perfect plan. All you could really do was create a framework, dress it up to look like a great plan, and then go forward. And that's a lot of life. Um, I've talked about this before, I believe. I call it in art and in food. And when I made armor, I have made armor before. The off fuck it stage. Where you've done so much and it's so close to being perfect, and you're just like, fuck it. I don't wanna I don't wanna fuck with this anymore. I'm done. I made a gambeson once. Now, for those of you who don't know what a gambeson is, it's a piece of, it's a garment that goes underneath your armor that helps pad you and protect you from your armor, from your opponent's weapons, so on and so forth. It has 9 yards of material, 1,200 feet of thread. I spent $90 to get the great materials. I spent quite a bit on materials because I knew that the materials themselves would help in the performance of the garment. I spent 15 hours making it, 16 hours, and that's with modern tools. And obviously, back in the day, this would take a lot longer. But I finally reached a point where I was just done. I mean, literally, I had not even made the ties to hold the coat together, the canvas, and it comes over like a coat. And I literally took some scrap linen I had, quickly made some ties for the gambeson, and then sewed them on really fast. And I thought to myself, I'll make a better system later. It's done now. It's been 5 years. I still haven't gotten around to making that better system. It works good enough. And you can go literally onto Wikipedia and type in "perfect is the enemy of the good" and see a lovely little short article on it. One of the quotes in there is, "If you're never late for a plane, you're spending too much time at the airport," which I thought was great. Oh no, if you never miss a plane, you're spending too much time at the airport. Which I thought was great. And we as Aspies really, 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 really need to fight the tendency for our minds to insist that absolutely everything in our lives must be perfect 100%. Okay? If we order a half-pound beef patty, why that beef patty had better been exactly 8 U.S. ounces before it went on the grill, and if it says it was 80%, meat and 20% fat, well then by golly, it better have been exactly 80% and exactly. No, okay, there is such a thing as close enough. You've got to think of the perfect as an asymptote math function approaching zero. If zero is perfect, and you literally could reverse it and make it 100, then you will always get closer and closer and closer with more and more effort. You will in fact get probably 90% there with 20% of the effort needed to get from 90 to 99. At some point, you just got to stop and say it's enough. I'm close enough. You got to aim for what's good in life, not for what's perfect. The perfect, it takes too much time, too much effort. It's, to quote Confucius, better a flawed diamond than a flawless pebble. Remember, the good is good enough. The perfect takes too fucking long and too much work to get. Have a good night, everyone.